This film came together very quickly. What was most challenging about filming all this new content in a 1 week span?
Ah, man. Um, I don't think there was anything particularly challenging about filming in a 1 week span. I think that it would have been nice to have more time. Um, Given how much time we had, I think we were wildly productive.
Yeah, and you talked about being wanting to be the MVP of Jackass Best and Last, and that your butthole really hurts because of you trying to do that. Do you feel like you accomplished that? Do you feel like you're the MVP of the film?
I don't. I don't. And I was confounded as to how that soundbite made it into the final cut of the film. I was touched. I was honored. I was grateful. Um, but I think that in the final analysis, the standout MVP of the film would be Poopies. Particularly for you know, the amount of the film that was newly shot. Nobody got anywhere near Poopies for just the commitment.
Yeah, Poopy's really goes for it. And you have a trio of butt related stunts in this film: the robot prostate exam, your magic trick, and the human pretzel. What was the worst of those to perform?
Um, the ping pong ball was oh my God, it was my nemesis. I spent a lot of time on my own tour in hotel rooms, training my butthole to be able to house a ping pong ball with the ambition of shooting it out. And I was doing trick shots in hotel rooms. I was having misfires, like accidental poops. I was like there was one aberrationally like successful shot where it went vertically flying up in the air. Um, and the one thing that I didn't factor in was putting the ping pong ball up my butt and then having to go through the setup and the preparation and like it didn't work well at all to stick it up there and then leave it stashed for a while and then expect it to. So and it ended up like my butthole really did hurt. But I'm less concerned with the pain and I'm more concerned with the unrealized potential of the bit. So I've got it kind of on my to-do list to really on my own time with unlimited time and resource and patience. I think I can realize the potential of that bit.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
Poopy's just like Poopy's like his when we filmed Jackass Forever, which was the fourth film, Poopy's was not clean and sober. He was in trouble with substances. He was a liability. He was a disaster. And in between the fourth and fifth film, Poopy's found recovery. And I know that he's okay with me sharing that. This isn't breaking his anonymity, you know. Um, it's just a beautiful thing that Poopy's has taken to being a man in recovery the way that he has, and everything that's so lovable about him is intact. He's still a disaster, but God, is he a beautiful? He's a beautiful disaster.
especially with those lips. But maybe we'll get to see your trick shots in your next solo special or something. You can film
Yeah,
some trick shots. There you go. We see the legendary Poo Cocktail Supreme again in this. Is that the stunt that gets brought up the most to you?
I would say so. Yeah, if there's one that really has left an indelible mark on the consciousness, I'd say that is the number one. And then, falling in behind Pooh Cocktail Supreme, I'd say the fish hook with the shark. Some wasabi snooters gets mentioned a lot. Alligator tightrope. Um, the goldfish. The eyebrow waxing.
This is
Um,
like you're listing off Van Gogh paintings to me. Like this is what I've grown up with, and what I appreciate more than a lot of high art.
yeah, it's interesting too that people people will ask me like what shape my body's in. But if you look at like my body of work, um, I was pretty careful for the most part to avoid blunt force trauma, like that could result in spinal cord injury. Like the goldfish, super low impact, eyebrow waxing, super low impact, Poo Cocktail Supreme. I was in a 5 point harness, like super low impact. I took big risks with sharks and wildlife in general. But I was fortunate. I got away with it. And the fish hook and the alligator tightrope, like there was risk on the table, but no spinal cord injury. So now I'm in my 50s, and when I get up out of bed in the morning, people want to know, do I have aches and pains? And I was pretty fortunate to be able to pick my battles so that people thought I was just such a reckless maniac and really worry about the condition that I'm in. But I'm actually in really good condition and super good health.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing your smarts on Nation's Dumbest as well currently, which is a hilarious show. My last question for you, this was the last Jackass movie. Would you ever be open to like a Wildboyz movie or a reunion? I assume that's a bit easier on your bodies.
Too sensitive about animal rights, like to film with animals is really tricky. In order to get them to produce good footage, it's too much manipulation, too much, you know, it's just really difficult. And out of respect for animals, I wouldn't want to do any more Wild Boys.
That makes total sense. Steve-O, congrats on the film and thank you for your time today. I'm a big fan.
Hey, brother, thank you.